Okay, what's up? This is how you're gonna be able to lose weight fast, easily, and consistently. And for reference, I did lose 50 pounds in 3 months completely naturally. And in the last 8 weeks during my cut, I've lost 27 pounds just by following these simple things, which I'm gonna teach you here. So I broke this down into fast ways to lose weight, easy ways to lose weight, and consistent ways to lose weight. All of these play in together and you're gonna wanna do all of them at the same time, but I've made it very easy to understand and very easy to implement. So let's get right into it. The fastest ways to lose weight. The first thing you need to be doing is getting 10,000+ steps a day. This might sound crazy and insane, but it's really not. Normally, the average person gets 4,000 to 5,000 steps a day naturally just from walking around at work, at school, just their day-to-day life. So getting the extra 5,000 steps to hit that 10,000 step threshold is really just gonna take about an hour walk a day. And this is incredibly useful because you're using your body's fat storage as energy. So this is like a 2-for-1, two birds, one stone thing here. The second thing is fasting 1 time per week. I know this can be scary to a lot of you and I don't want to scare you off the video, but fasting is incredibly easy. You don't even have to do a long fast. It could be 18 to 22 hours to get good benefits and to lose weight. I used to be scared of fasting. I thought it was this dangerous thing, like I was gonna die if I don't eat for 24 hours, but it's not true. I did an 84-hour water fast, the Joe Rogan water fast, and I felt incredible after. And it really taught me that I was addicted to food. And this is probably what it's gonna teach you even at like the 10-hour mark in your fast. People tend to be addicted to food rather than actually be hungry because again, most people need about 2,000 to 2,500 calories a day to maintain their body weight. And when we're eating 4,000 or 5,000 calories a day, that's an addiction. And it's very important if you're gonna do a fast once a week. This is more optional. This is again, if you're trying to lose weight really fast, do a fast. But it's very important that you eat very whole food, nutrient dense meals the 6 days prior to your fast. Like let's say you're gonna have your fast on Sunday for a whole day straight. Well, Monday to Saturday, you wanna eat very nutrient dense foods, which I'm gonna get into about what meals you should be eating. But this is gonna allow your body to be able to properly function and to make sure you're not like insanely dehydrated over this period. And the last thing is to spam coffee. I used to be a big anti-coffee guy. Now that I've been drinking coffee for about 2 years now, it is a miracle drink. Like it's true, I can't live my life without it. Why it's so good is because it's a natural appetite suppressant. So let's say an hour and a half, ideally after you wake up, you have a cup of coffee, you're probably not even gonna get hungry until 11 to 12 o'clock. And that's where you can have your first meal and then you can have another coffee there. This is incredibly good at just making sure you don't eat as much because you won't get that urge to eat because it's a natural appetite suppressant. And now let's get into the easy ways to lose weight. This is stuff you can implement day to day, which is gonna make this whole journey so much easier. The first thing is to replace with fruit. What I mean by this is, let's say you want a late night snack and you go grab a chocolate bar, that's like 250 calories, or worse, a bag of chips. Like I used to do, I used to eat a bag of chips or a pint of ice cream, and this is like 1,000+ calories. This is like half the food you should be eating in the day. So what you need to do is replace with fruit. Fruit is so good because first of all, it's healthy. Second of all, it's mainly water. I think most fruit's like 90% water. So I like to do something like watermelons, grapes, and you can eat like a massive handful and it's only gonna be a couple hundred calories. The next thing is cheat meals. I know if I say go cold turkey, quit all junk food, it's gonna be unsustainable for you guys and you're not gonna be able to be consistent and you're not gonna end up losing weight. So with cheat meals, what I've noticed to be good, I personally had an addiction to these like Ben & Jerry ice creams and pizza and hamburgers. This was like, I ate this every single day. It was terrible. So I thought to myself, well, how can I make these healthy? And you might be thinking, well, Nick, how are you gonna make ice cream, pizza, and burgers healthy? This is actually very easy. So let's say ice cream, for example. I bought a Ninja Creamy, it was like $200, and now I get to have ice cream 3 times a week, but I can make it with raw dairy, I can put maple syrup, I can put dark chocolate, and it tastes so good and it's so healthy for you and it's low calorie. And something like pizza, hamburgers, almost the same thing really. You can make this very easily. So you can use sourdough bread, which is gonna be incredibly healthy for your gut, and it's gonna tend to be a little bit lower calories. It's also not gonna make you bloated because it's not sprayed with glyphosate because the wheat in North America is sprayed with glyphosate and it's gonna make you even more bloated, which then makes you look more fat. For cheese, instead of using super fat like mozzarella cheese, you could just use Parmesan cheese. It's high in protein, lower in calories. It's like nature's superfood. And for a protein, like I just cut up some steak or some ground beef and it tastes so good. So the third thing is to leave the house. This is so easy and it makes so much sense because like I said earlier, we eat because we're bored. So if you're in your house where you're 5 steps away from your fridge, well, you're gonna just go eat because you're bored and it's gonna give you that dopamine hit you're looking for. But if you're outside the house, like you're on a walk, you're at the mall, you're just doing anything really with your life, you're running errands, you're doing groceries, you're not gonna be able to eat, you're not gonna be bored, you're gonna have something to do. And this is what's going to give you that dopamine. And the last section is consistency. These are 3 things you need to be doing consistently in order to lose weight. It's going to make this so much easier, and I'm going to get right into it. So your circadian rhythm. If you don't know what your circadian rhythm, it's pretty much your body's internal clock when to regulate hormones, appetite, things like that. And 2 easy ways to fix your circadian rhythm is going to be sleeping and waking up at the same time every single day. So ideally, you're going to bed at 10 p.m., you're waking up at 6 a.m., and on top of this, you want to be able to watch the sunrise and watch the sunset. This is what actually tunes your circadian rhythm and aligns it. So for 5 minutes, you watch the sunrise, and for 5 minutes, you watch the sunset. I'm not going to go too much in depth on this. I have in other videos in how to like perfect your sleep, but this is just something which is going to help, because when you fix your circadian rhythm, it's going to fix your appetite. So if you wake up starving and you always want to eat, well, fixing your circadian rhythm is going to realign this, because if you think back in the day, you wouldn't eat breakfast. Like our ancestors, hunters, gatherers, they wouldn't eat breakfast because they had to hunt for their food. So they might go until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like in the afternoon before they ate, because that's when they were able to get food. Maybe they had a couple berries or something, but for the most part, we didn't eat, and they didn't have a huge appetite. Okay, and the next thing you need to be doing consistently is eating clean. What I mean by this is just don't go eat a bunch of processed foods. These are gonna be filled with seed oils. They're gonna make you feel fat and lethargic and slow, and it's not gonna keep you motivated to continue to lose weight. What I mean by this, usually if it's in a box, it's not good for you. I personally like to eat an ancestral diet. I've tried almost every diet you could imagine, and this tends to be the best. I've had the most results with this. I've lost the most weight. It's been the easiest. The food tastes great. It gives me all the nutrients, vitamins I need to grow. If you're still in puberty, it's gonna help you grow taller. And it all boils down into 4 things: eggs, dairy, meats, and fruits. And you'll notice within a week of eating like this and throwing out all these crackers, cookies, all the bullshit that you're eating, you're gonna feel so much better, and you're almost gonna be allergic to the foods you used to eat. I now, if I eat a cracker, I feel sick after it because it's so processed, like it's genuinely disgusting. So eating clean is one of the easiest things you can do and implement, and it's gonna make the whole journey just a lot easier. Okay, and the last thing is to be in a caloric deficit. This tends to be the hardest thing for most people, but it's because none of this is in check. So now that you have all of this in check, this is gonna be very easy and it's gonna happen naturally. Let me explain. So if you're doing your 10,000 steps a day, you're fasting once a week, you're drinking coffee, you're not eating as much because of the coffee, you're fasting, which is about a day you're not eating, and you're getting 10,000+ steps a day, which is gonna be 500 calories a day in a deficit, then this just lines up in place. And to make it very simple to calculate how much weight you wanna lose and to give yourself a good time frame, there's about 3,500 calories in a pound. So if you're trying to lose 1 pound a week, 4 pounds a month, you need to be burning 3,500 calories a week, which is 500 calories a day. And like I said, because you're gonna be having less of an appetite, you're gonna be fasting, you're gonna be eating less, you're gonna be eating better, and you're gonna be burning 500 calories a day from just walking, you're gonna lose 500 calories a day, 1 pound a week, just literally naturally. And if you wanna take that up to the next level, that's only gonna burn 500 calories a day. If you're trying to burn 1,000 calories a day, doing double the cardio, doing 20,000 steps, well, now you're gonna lose 2 pounds a week, 8 pounds a month, which over 3 months, that's incredible. So if you were to boil all of this down, it looks like a lot, these 9 big things. It ends up being a lifestyle. If you think of it as a lifestyle, you're constantly going to improve and see results. Because the second you start doing one thing, you're like, oh, okay, you proved to yourself, I could do this, this works. You do the next thing, and all of a sudden you start losing weight, you feel better, you're more motivated, you're more driven, people start complimenting you. It's an incredible snowball effect in the right direction. For me, it was incredible. When I lost my first 5 pounds, I was like, oh my God, like the scale went down. I've never seen that happen before. And it didn't even feel like I did something crazy because I just started implementing these things into my life. And all of a sudden I'm down 10 pounds. And now people are saying, oh, hey Nick, your face looks slimmer. Oh, you're looking a lot better. Then I'm down 20 pounds, then I'm down 30 pounds, then I'm down 40, 50 pounds. And I promise you, when I came back to school, some people that I knew, like not my friends, but like people I talked to a couple times in school, they were like, oh, who are you? What's your name? Like, you're cool, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, I've known you for like 3 years. I promise you, they didn't even recognize me. That's how much you can change. And that was literally over a 3-month summer break I did this. And it is the best decision of your life. If you are overweight, you're trying to lose weight, I'm telling you, I've made this so easy so that you can do it fast, easily, and consistently. This is the biggest thing which has changed my life. Every realm of my life improved. I felt like a new person. I had confidence for once. I was able to talk to girls. People wanted to be my friend. I had more like respect for myself. I was happier. I was out of this depression. It truly changed my life. And if you guys made it this far, I just wanted to say thank you. I'm gonna try to post a lot more videos on YouTube, things about biohacking, looks maxing, height maxing, being better in relationships, being more charismatic, all those kind of things to improve your life. I do have a lot of those videos already made inside my private school community. There's 130 members in there. Feel free to join if you want. You'll have one-on-one access to me, monthly giveaways, weekly Zoom calls, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, all the videos I've made on these subjects so far. So thank you guys for watching. Good luck and stay consistent.